Welcome to Serpentine Speaks. This is Mike Serpentine here with Traynumba3, Number 3 Productions, the multimedia artist that is bringing a lot of content to the table. Talk about the specific types of content that you make, and then we'll move on from there.
All right. Well, first I want to say thank you for having me. Second, I want to introduce myself. I'm Trey number three from Number Three Productions. I'm a local small business owner and a multimedia artist. I specialize in art, digital media content, and entertainment and merchandise. So basically, I have my own original comic strip right here. It's called Phantom by Trey number three. I got my own podcast where I do short interviews with artists, content creators, and business owners. I also have merchandise such as like prints, shirts, and comics, as I've shown you before. And this is one of my shirts right here. The grind never stops, man. It's just that simple. And then on the side, I also do a little bit of drawing. I draw some of my favorite anime characters, graphics like logos and covers. What else? I used to do a whole bunch of like music and stuff with beats and rapping, you know, and in videos as well. So, I actually recently started streaming on Twitch. I'll be streaming Dragon Ball and Sonic, you know what I'm saying? Reaction videos and all that. Shout out to my bros on the Discord that be on with me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
So,
that's pretty much what I do.
so speak on the Twitch adventure. So, like, what will you be streaming on there? And are you just like watching like the shows for them, or are you playing the games?
I'm playing the game.
Okay, that's cool. Which specific games are you playing in? What is your favorite like show or like fictional type of like universe to make content about? Like, is it Sonic? Is it Dragon Ball? Or is it something else?
In terms of like Twitch,
Or just any type of content? You feel
okay,
me?
well, since you brought up Twitch, I'm gonna answer the question about Twitch. Mainly is Dragon Ball Z and Sonic. You know, what I mean, those are always been, my two favorite franchises and whatnot. And then, I just wanted to go in and game. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to just go in and, like hop on the game. You know what I'm saying? Take a little nostalgia trip because I'm playing a lot of the games that I used to play, you know what I'm saying, as a kid. You know what I mean? I recently finished Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2, and them shits were hella hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna get into that.
How many hours do you think it takes to did it take to finish like one of those games?
Let me check. Hold up, because I have all my Twitch streams. I have my archives on here on my website. So let me check. Let me count. Okay. To finish which game? Sonic Adventure or Sonic Adventure 2?
Just Sonic Adventure.
All right, Sonic Adventure. Let's see. Let me check. Okay, that's three. Okay, in general, I'd say it took me about maybe about in between 7 to 10 hours. I lost track.
Damn, bruh.
I know, but I'm telling you, that game was hard as fuck. That game was fucking hard. All right. My brother T was on there the whole time, and he was like, man, and everybody else in the chat was like, damn, this shit looked hard as hell, and it was.
That's not no Lego Star Wars. That seems pretty damn difficult.
No, it definitely was, especially when I was playing it on the Dreamcast emulator here, because I played the updated version when I was a kid on the GameCube. I never got to, but I never got to finish up the Dreamcast version, so I downloaded the emulator, and them controls were something, man. Them controls was wanky.
Yeah. It's
So
probably like
yeah,
not as like timely as if you had a Dreamcast. You know what I mean?
not just that, but just the game in general. Like it had wonky gameplay.
Because that wasn't
Just in
that
general.
popular of a system, wasn't it?
The Sega Dreamcast was all right. Like it was mainly popping really because of Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. But after that, it took the L. But yeah, that's pretty much what it was with Sonic and Dragon Ball Z. Really, Dragon Ball Z ain't all that long, bro.
Yeah.
But
What?
yeah, there we go.
So
So
speak on the comic that you made, and what can we expect from that story in general?
well, the comic I made is called, Phantom by Traynumba3. I made the comic really because I've always wanted to do a comic strip, since I was like in elementary, but I didn't know how to like really structure it correctly. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to combine like everything I was into, such as black entertainment, anime, video games, real life stuff, politics, stuff that goes on in the real world, but put it into an appropriate comic. So like you can expect stuff, from humorous shows like let's say like Boondocks or Family Guy, etc. But you could also expect some action and adventure, like stuff you would see in something like maybe Dragon Ball or Naruto or Yu Yu Hakusho. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, or even stuff you would see in like an RPG video game, or stuff you would see on the news. You know what I'm saying? And having those powerful messages. You know what I mean?
That seems like a very like interesting like type of like story, and I want to check it out. I'm gonna buy it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna support you, and I might do a YouTube video on what I think about that because I think that sounds like pretty dope ass story that I don't think people have really seen before. And
Yeah.
so like, how long did it take to make that? And yeah, what was the process like for making that?
Um, the volume itself, or all the chapters, because I have 20 chapters out currently online where you can read it. So uh you were talking about like how do I come up with the story? How do I come up with the chapter? Or like how long did it take to make volume one? Because that's just volume one.
Yeah, how long did it take to make like volume one?
Volume one, honestly, it took me about maybe 3.5 months. Yeah, about 3.5 months. It was, I think, about 150 something pages.
Did you do all the like illustrations yourself?
Yeah, made the story, drew it, colored it, put the dialogue in all by myself.
So what is like the exact kind of story like about?
So basically, we got two, two young African Americans and his friends. Basically, uh, they have to go against the government because they want to conquer some shit. That's just what it is in a nutshell. While having humor, while having adventure, and while having some real life stuff going on.
That sounds interesting.
But in its own fashion, you know what I'm saying? In its own world, you know what I'm saying? And what I really like about doing it is that I could put anything in it. I could put my deepest, darkest secrets in there and nobody would know about it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I could rewrite my whole life in this story if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Nobody will never know. That's the beauty of being a writer. You can put the deepest, darkest shit, the deepest, darkest stuff that you don't want to tell nobody, that you can't tell nobody, or even whatever fantasies, whatever that you got going on. You can put that in there, and can't nobody use that against you because you done made a whole story out of it. It's just that simple.
because that's just you fulfilling like your job at that point is to communicate you to other people in like a entertaining fashion, and it's just like the amount of shit that like I've just seen, and I'm just like, man, like I wonder what the hell someone was thinking when they wrote this.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like, god damn. And then you like look
Yeah.
up about how it was made, and you're like, all right, yeah, that makes sense. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like someone's life story or some shit. Like you're just like, damn, that guy like, yeah, like that one movie about the guy in like the Japanese war camp prison, like Unbroken or some shit. Like you're just like, damn. But now, what's your favorite kind of like fan base that you're like a part of? Like, what's your favorite kind of like fanatical type of thing you love obsessing over and stuff like that?
Obsessing over.
Yeah, like low key. You know what I mean?
Okay, you got I obsess over anime. I obsess over grinding. I obsess over Air Force Ones, and I obsess over fucking what else? What else? And that's pretty much it. And I'm obsessed with being on my grind, like I said before. So yeah,
How many Air Force Ones you got?
Okay, let me see.
The fact you had to think about it.
Recount. How the fuck on?
I thought it was gonna be like two.
Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. 10.
Damn, bro. That's
All right.
fucking hilarious.
All right. Anyway,
No, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, so is there any like new kind of like underground or just like new comics or animes or like no new manga that you like are interested in and a fan of like newer kind of stuff?
newer. I would have to say My Hero and Demon Slayer. Them two. I need to catch up on them. It's been a minute.
Yeah, what do you like about those?
Well, My Hero Academia actually has a lot of emotional and relatable moments, and that's just one of them shows in a nutshell that could really get to you. And you have a main character that's really relatable to a lot of people growing up. As kids, adolescents, and some, and even adults. So you got a very relatable character that's on the journey to do better. You know what I'm saying? With stuff that goes on in the real world. Whereas with Demon Slayer, that's basically kind of like a Japanese old school era anime about demons and saving the world and whatnot. But it's a lot more interesting because it gets a lot more brutal. So that's pretty much what it is in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna have to check out My Hero Academia. I know a lot of friends that really like that shit. I never checked it out before though.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Now, oh, fuck. Let me take a. I'm gonna edit break up. My phone keeps on going off when my questions are supposed to be right there. I should write that shit down next time. All right. Edit back in. So you've done a lot of like podcasts on your channel, like a large amount, and it's a pretty impressive amount of episodes that you got going on. Um, who would be like the dream person interview on your podcast, like all time dream person interview?
That's a hard one, man. I don't really have like a dream person that I want. I honestly just really want like, artists that are, artists, business owners, and content creators who, are self-dedicated, whether they big or, are large, whether they very inspirational or not very inspirational. You know what I'm saying? That's really it. I'm doing that so because I like to, hear other people speak. And I'm interested in, you know, seeing the way they grind, seeing why they started to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Starting to see what makes them want to go and get up and do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that because it's very interesting seeing things from other people's perspective that have the same dedication and passion the same way that I do with my work. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just that simple.
Yeah, like you seem like you like to be like inspired by someone when you interview them. Is that kind of like what you're getting at?
I mean, not necessarily inspired, but I like being open to hearing other people. You know what I'm saying? I
Like where
want
they're
to
coming from when they make their content or business
exactly.
idea.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear others out, you know what I'm saying? And I like to do the best I can to support others. And when I, get somebody on this platform, whether they're small or big, depending on who you compare them to, it's the principles of giving them a voice and being able to, let them go out and speak on their field, whether it's about their career, their product, or something personal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
So that's really just about it.
reminds me of that Lex Friedman quote where he's like, I appreciate you. Like, I think this is what he says sometimes every now and then before his podcast starts. He's like, I appreciate you on my journey of showcasing my like curiosities. And then he'll interview like Neil deGrasse Tyson. You feel me? And it's like, yeah, like that's what you're doing is like you're showcasing like your curiosities in the world through these conversations and stuff like that, and really kind of showing like what you're about and what another person is about. And it's a fun like journey to complete. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
It's very fulfilling just to meet people, talk to them, and shit like that. And I just want to ask like, what kind of new content do you have coming out that you could speak on?
Well, I could definitely speak on that I have more comic chapters coming out, more Fountain by Trade number 3 chapters are coming out. As of this recording, I have 20 out right now. So basically, I wanted to show off my website a little bit and show them where to read the comic and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Show all my chapters. You know what I'm saying? I currently have at this recording 20 chapters. It's about to be a 3-year anniversary in April of Fountain by Trade number 3.
Of the strip starting?
Yeah, but when I dropped my first release.
That's dope, bro. I'm gonna definitely link to that in the description. And thanks for coming on the podcast. Let the audience know where they can find you and your content.
So check this out. You can find me on Instagram at Traynumba3, TRAYNUMBA3. And then you could check out my website at www.number3productions.com. That's NUMBA3 number productions, PRODUCTIONS.com. And yeah, that's pretty much where you can find all my stuff. You know what I'm saying? The grind never stops. It's like it says on my shirt. And it's just that simple, there's nothing more and there's nothing less to it.
The grind never stops, and we can take away a lot from this conversation with Traynumba3 is that never stop what you're doing, and just know that there's a lot of interesting people that you can meet in the interview space and also just in the life space. And it's awesome to just connect with other people and just continue what you're doing. And thanks for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And thanks again for coming on the show.
Yep, you already know the grind never stops, guys, and it's just that simple.
Peace out.
Love it.